everyone. In this episode of Leaders Showcase, I feel extremely blessed to have the presence of my guest, who I have known since the COVID pandemic. I received a group message on WhatsApp about these virtual art classes on Madhubani art. And you get an opportunity to learn an art, I just jumped at it. That's when I got to meet and know Mrs. Vandana Dayal. My guest today is Vandana ma'am. She is a teacher who teaches from the heart and not from any book. She knows the art of how to awaken joy in you through creativity and expressions. I have experienced that and I just wanted to have a chat with her on my show. Please welcome Mrs. Vandana. She lives in Singapore, but she has lived and worked in India before. She has been relentlessly teaching students from all over the world, of all age groups and of different skill levels, from beginners to artists. Her smile, patience, and love for her art, and most importantly, her love for her students shines through in each of her interactions. Please welcome my guest today, Vandana ma'am. Ma'am, I'm very, very blessed to have you on my show today. And I want to express my gratitude to you formally today on my show of the impact you created on me during COVID. As I mentioned, during COVID, all of us were fatigued of staying indoors. And there came a time where women, especially with children and working, husbands staying at home, um, there was a mental stress. We cannot express it as women. There is hardly any outlet for us to express how many roles we were juggling. But there came a time that we needed, I especially felt the need to have a me time where I could sit and not being disturbed by anyone. And there came the chance to learn from you, your art classes. That 1 hour or 45 minutes on Zoom were pure blessings. And learn from you right from the beginning, because all of us think, oh, we know art. But actually, what is art? How to express yourself? To be honest, I learned it from you. So over to you, ma'am. Please welcome to my show. It's a big honor for me to have you here today. Thank you for joining in.
Thank you very much for inviting me. And thank you for your kind, humble words. I don't deserve it. I was always a teacher for almost 30 years. I was a physics teacher in Delhi and Bangalore. And in 2016, we moved to Singapore. And from that time, I'm teaching art. I'm learning also. I've learned from lots of gurus, and I'm still learning. And side by side, I thought, let me share whatever little I know, because I used to feel very relaxed. Still, I feel very relaxed when I'm painting something or drawing something. So I thought there may be some like-minded people like me who will feel relaxed and away from all the tension, family tension, husband को चाय देना है, अपना ऑफिस का कॉल आ रहा है, बच्चों का होमवर्क हो रहा है, सबको in COVID time everybody needed their personal space. It was so tough. So during COVID time, I thought of taking online classes. Before that, I was teaching in my home. And it so happened we started with initial 23 ladies. Most of them were just my family members and very close friends who requested me that you do something. We are fed up. There's no helper coming. And we have everything on our shoulders. And we have our own office calls. We have this. Then I said, okay, 1 hour we'll sit and do something. We'll draw the something. We'll do. Then I thought, okay, since I know Madhubani, let me start with Madhubani. So I planned the syllabus. I planned everything, that let it go in systematic manner, and let's complete from A to Z. No end of learning, but at least we can learn the basics. That is how it started, and we met. Jab we met.
Very aptly put. But ma'am, what is the most beautiful part I find is you did not stop after COVID. You still continue to teach, and of all age groups, people still join your class, and they're all free of charge. Ma'am doesn't charge
Yeah.
anything, and that's the beauty. How much can you give? And there is a saying, you can never pour from an empty cup. You can only pour when you are full. It just shows how full you are of love and affection.
Actually, COVID time was not a good time.
Yeah.
COVID time was not a good time. In my classes, there are many people who have lost their job. There are some very, very young widows. One of them is only 31-year-old. During COVID time, she lost her mother-in-law and her husband both.
Hmm.
One is 39-year-old. She has to look after her old mother-in-law, her own 13-year-old daughter and family, everything. So there are so many cases. There is one lady from Bangalore only, Mrs. Lakshmi Suparna, who has gone through more than 83 chemos. So there is a wide variety of people who were suffering and who are still suffering. So I feel my classes can give them little mental relief. And I don't feel like charging because whatever I paint, I sell, and that also goes for charity. I'm a fundraiser for patients, and sometimes I donate to Akshay Patra and wherever it is needed. So I feel that I should not charge. I have more than enough. I don't need, there's no upper limit. We can live happily with whatever we have. So, like 2, 3 days back, I have sold 2 paintings and we are planning to donate it. We are just waiting for money and then we will donate it to somebody who's in need. Now, I get lots of requests from patients who need money, and we have a small team. There is one IAS officer, there are 2 army officers, there are 2 engineer girls. We verify the facts and then we open the account on Milap or GoFund or any such forum which is reliable. They also verify the facts. And then I do the collection drive. And I'm very thankful to people that wholeheartedly they do. Our 100 rupees will also make a difference to somebody. So it's going on, and now I have almost 1,800 to 2,000, I don't even count, students across the world, and they are regularly joining the classes. After Madhubani, some batches, we did Pattachitra, we are doing right now, we did lots of other art forms, and we are enjoying this journey.
I wanted to ask you, ma'am, do you know how many students you have taught?
I have actually rough count all the groups. There are around 24, 25 WhatsApp groups. Each one is almost more than 100.
So,
So rough count is around 2,000
yeah,
in
so
art. As a physics, I don't even know how many. Whichever corner of the world I go, I find my students and I'm very happy that they come and meet me, greet me.
out of out of curiosity, yesterday I was looking up on the Guinness Book of World Records of how many students have been taught. What is the maximum number of students taught by a teacher? As you said, it cannot be measured. Like physics, you don't know how many students have been taught, but is there a number created for how many art students have been taught by an art teacher? I was looking up on that number. There is no record. So I hope I have implanted a thought in your head. Let's let's see if we can create a Guinness Book of World Record of some sort, for the impact that you are creating. It's more than the achievement. It is just a recognition that you have taught so many students, I being one. And my daughter also dabbled in some art from you in a class. And it's just amazing how You break down
It's just
complex
going on.
concepts, yeah, into small bits, and that is because of your love for teaching. So you, uh,
I love teaching.
yeah,
I
and
love interacting with people.
yeah, yeah, and it all comes through in every interaction that we've had with you. So, ma'am,
Yeah.
what keeps you going? Every single day you have so many students of different skill sets, of different skill levels, questioning you. How do you
See,
maintain your calm and
I
composure?
really want to keep myself busy. I want to keep myself very busy. I don't want to sit idle. And I'm not the one who will enjoy kitty parties and all other parties. So I keep myself busy with art, with reading, with singing, all those things. So art is the biggest, can say, relaxation for me. It's really, however, pain, ache, I've gone through surgeries, all that is going on. And when I sit with my paint and brushes, I really forget everything. So I tell everybody, don't take any painkiller. Please sit and paint something.
How nice. How nice. It is
That will give
becoming,
you relaxation.
yeah. No, no, absolutely. I totally, totally agree with you. And not only a physical body pain, but also the anxiety, as I was talking about the mental stress and all that we all experienced during COVID. It helps immensely with that aspect, with your mental health as well. So, one thing I notice nowadays is decline in pursuing a hobby. So, children or adults, if you look anywhere, you see everybody is glued to their mobile phone or social media. And especially also in India, we put so much emphasis on studying, especially when children. And as we were children, I remember if I were doing a art or anything on the side, my parents will come and scold that you are wasting time. So any hobby is seen as a waste of time. Again, a hobby which helps you in overcoming challenges or
Hmm.
personal pain or mental agony and all that later in your life. So would you tell us the importance of having a hobby or inculcating a hobby other than your job or your career or your studies?
I'll tell you because, my father was a university professor and my mother was vice principal and she's a professional psychiatrist lecturer. And they, from the very beginning, they encourage us. I have one younger sister and one younger brother. They encourage us to have hobbies apart from studies, academics. Like we were given magazines that you read. And that is how we became, all three of us are very fond of reading. We, I was interested in art and vocal music. So I was sent to a very famous Guruji and he taught me classical, Hindustani classical. And I was sent to art teachers. I was sent to Kathak teachers because I was interested. My sister had interest in vocal and poetry and other her interest. So mama and papa encouraged her to do that. Brother had interest in electronics. So somehow in our family, the atmosphere was very different. Along with, we all were very good in academics. I'm not bragging, but we were really good. And I was the only one in whole batch in MSc physics. It is
Only woman.
long time back in 80.
Only woman, you're saying.
Nobody used to go. In maths, there were few, but in physics, I was the only one. I had a friend who changed the line. My all friends, we were five of us, and they were other were in maths, in chemistry, in botany, zoology, and so in my batch, I was the only one in 83 batch. So it was very different atmosphere, and maybe because both parents and grandparents were very well educated,
Yeah.
so they knew the importance of hobby. Like we all have a hobby of gardening, so it's very important. I try to inculcate those things in my children. They are also having lots of hobbies. which is very important. I always tell parents that please take away this mobile from your child
Mm.
and spend some time together. You do gardening. You don't need a full garden. You don't need a big garden. Just have a small pot
Thought, yeah.
and do something. Or listen to music together. Or dance with your child if he or she likes dancing.
Yeah,
Draw. Whatever child likes, inculcate that.
absolutely.
Cycling, walking, outdoor events, games. I really, to parents also, I used to insist. Parents used to come to us when I was teaching in Baldwin and in Alcon in Delhi. That no, 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 this one's brother is doing very well. He's an engineer. And see, she hasn't got good marks in physics. So I used to tell them, look at her marks in English. Maybe she is interested in English literature. Please encourage her for that. I know I've taught her brother also. He was interested in maths physics. It's all different. She's interested in biology. Let her go for medicine.
Hmm.
Or let her go. She's interested in law. Let her go. Whatever she likes. She's interested in home science. Let her become a master chef. What's there? There are so many options. So I want to give a message to parents that please don't force whatever you wanted to become or whatever you like on your children. Let them do whatever they like. Guide them quietly. Just make sure they are not going on the wrong path.
Hmm.
Observe, quietly observe. If you feel you have to interfere, then only you interfere. Otherwise, let them live their own life. You will be happy, they will be happy.
True. There comes a point, even in our lives, when you realize you should have some sort of a hobby other than work. Work will always occupy your 24 hours. But if you do not
Yes.
have a hobby, a serious hobby, like not a bathroom singer or anything, but you should also dedicate time in pursuing your hobby. That is what helps you in overcoming all the difficult times in your lives. It's very, very important, and I've learned it during my art classes from you, because as a child.
I I just want to share something. Sorry, Amita.
Yeah.
I knew art as a hobby only,
Hmm.
and I was making the pieces in Bangalore.
Yeah.
I don't know now it exists or not. There used to be an art gallery behind Safina Plaza. I used to sell my items there, and all donations used to go to St. John's Hospital,
Yeah.
Bangalore. When I came here, I was young. I was not retirement age. Many schools invited me because everybody needs physics teachers
Hmm.
for high school and 11, 12. So my health was not good at all. My daughter-in-law and son and daughter son-in-law, they all suggested me you take a break and go deeper into your hobby. So one was music. I learned classical. I started practicing. Other one was gardening. I left my huge garden in Bangalore, but I started doing again in my balcony. Then they suggested me, my sister suggested me, there is an art studio in that area. Why don't you go and see one day? I went there and found so many like minded people there. And I joined the art studio. And my actual art journey started. Before that, I learned all these art forms as a hobby. Okay. But then I thought, yes, I can do it seriously. I can share it with others. And in Singapore, I've learned from lots of experienced, good teachers. I'm really thankful to them. Yesterday was Guru Purnima,
Hmm.
and I'm really thankful to teacher Lenny, Mr. Kalidas, Mr. Nyana, Miss Swati Palekar, and so many, Shivali Mathur, and actually so many. Each one has guided me. I'm older than all of them in age, so they are so humble and so kind to me, really humble and kind to me. And they always tell me, Dee, if you do this way, it will look better.
Right.
Didi, if you do this way. And they were guiding me. They are all my teachers. There is a lady in Hyderabad. She is actually in my art classes, Mrs. Suhasni. She's from JJ School of Arts, and she's a very good artist, but she's learning folk art now. And we have become good friends. And so many times I'm asking her, is this okay or not? And I feel no end of learning.
Absolutely.
I'm enjoying this. There is a Madhubani artist, Mrs. Nima Jha. She's from Darbhanga. She and her husband are very, very knowledgeable. And they guided me from A to Z. When I started teaching Madhubani, I wanted to clarify the concept, and they helped me so much.
Hmm.
And the best thing is, most of them are not charging anything from me. So how can I charge from them? From others?
You
It's
have
just going
sowed
on.
that seed. You have sowed that seed of paying it forward. Just it's just kindness spreads, and just one. It takes one person to initiate that thought of kindness. So it's amazing how it has all amplified. That one class of yours has now amplified into so many classes. From one student you have had so many,
Yeah, now
students
we
have
have
inspired.
almost 24 batches, 25, I think. I don't even remember now.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forcefully pay to teachers because I know it is their bread and butter.
Hmm.
So they say, no, 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 no. I said, no, you keep it. As an elder sister, I'm giving you. And most of them, they say, नहीं आप हजारों को सिखा रही हैं फ्री में, आप हमें शर्मिंदा मत करिए. मैंने कहा, I'm doing because I want to do. End of the day, I will eat only dal, roti, rice. I cannot eat every day five-star food. So I don't need more than this. And as I told you, there's no upper limit
Yeah.
to expand. I'm quite happy, and my family is with me. My husband especially, he's very, very supportive. I'm zero in all banking thing, although you are a banker. So on my behalf, he only transfers the donations. Son, son-in-law, daughter, daughter-in-law, they all keep giving me ideas. Mama, ऐसे कर लो, it will look more beautiful. Mama, this is nice. Mama, this is this. So that's the biggest support I have in my family. They are
Um,
always 24/7, they are with me.
Yeah, so invisibly, you have also supported thousands of your students. So in Leaders
Yeah,
Showcase, we actually put a spotlight on role models who are breaking barriers, pushing boundaries, and doing inspirational things. So as a teacher and as a leader who I immensely admire, is there a message for the audience?
yes. One thing I want to say that whatever you have, you should share with others. If you have 10 rupees, please share 1 rupee with us. Second thing, I seriously feel that there's no age limit for learning. In my class, there is a very retired chief engineer of a government department. I cannot name him. He's 83-year old, and now he's learning all forms of art from me. There's another very senior gentleman who is around 79, retired IAS officer, and he's learning, and his work is so beautiful. There is another gentleman, retired ICS officer from, I think he was from Indian Statistical Services, from Bangalore only, and he's making cover for marriages and gifting everybody. They are examples for me. Let's see if they can start learning at after 75.
Hmm,
Why can't I do at 60?
absolutely.
My journey, the art journey started when I was 53. So, serious journey. Before that was like as a hobby.
Hmm,
And there are so many inspirational ladies. One is sitting in getting chemo done and she's watching my
classes.
video.
Hmm,
and she's drawing there. There are so many doctors in our group. Think that there's no age to start learning, and there's no age limit to start a hobby. So at any age we can start a hobby, at any age we can start learning. It's always good to have something in which we can keep ourselves occupied. Learning is never ending process. I'm really enjoying this journey. It's, that's my message also, that please share whatever you know. If not financially, please share your knowledge. Like lots of NGOs are connected to me. I taught them how to make coasters, small paintings, scarves, sarees, and they are able to sell it, and it has become their livelihood. Mm-hmm. And they are earning. So these kind of things will always help. Sometimes students also ask me, ma'am, we have made so many paintings, they're lying at home, what to do? I said, go contact some NGO, sell them and donate to NGO. So you won't have a bunch of paintings at home, and that money will be utilized for some patient, for somebody who is in need. So that's the only message I have, that we can live simply and spend wisely, save for your future, definitely save for your future, and then share with everybody.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You living that life, as you're saying. Very few of us actually realize in this, materialistic world, the joy of giving, and that's something I've learned from you. That the joy of giving is more than the joy of
Taking,
yeah,
receiving.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you
Yeah,
so
there are
much.
so many students. My parents helped them to grow. My parents paid their fees, and when my father died, so many people came, and some of them were big shots, doctors.
Mm.
We didn't know Papa paid their fees. So these are the things which we should teach children also. That today, if you will not eat a 5 rupee ice cream and you will help somebody to buy a bathroom slipper in that money, that child will always bless you.
So
That kind of thinking I have. People may think that she's old, she's buddhi shuddhi, and her ideas are old.
those are the
But I feel that
ideas,
way.
those are the ideas we grew up with. But more and more, there is no end to our needs and wants. Needs are very limited, but wants are the ones which we keep adding
Yeah,
on.
because we feel, oh, neighbor have got such a big TV, we should also get. But to me, it makes no difference.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with my old. I've not purchased any sari from 2017 because I don't need. I have so many, I cannot use them. Why should I buy a new one?
Yeah.
Instead, I can help someone with at least one glucose bottle only if I'll donate 500 rupees or 1000 rupees. Everything is so expensive nowadays. It's just we have to change our way of thinking. And just believe me, there are good people everywhere. There are more good people in the world. That's why world is surviving. Irrespective of caste, religion, just we have to think above all. There are very good people in this world who are ready to help strangers. Let's appreciate their kindness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is always so much to learn and be inspired from you in every interaction, as I
Mm.
mentioned. And you give so much joy and positivity. So, thank you so much for coming on the show. I wish I could carry on talking to you because I'm hoping through this episode we are going to touch again new lives and some new people. You are really a blessing to all
Yeah.
your students because you are not only teaching us the art of expressing through a brush and a pen, but you are also teaching us the joy of giving and paying it forward. So There is
I
always.
I want to teach more and more NGOs and more poor people
Uh-huh.
because I want them to become independent. Like they say, no, I don't want to give them fish.
Mhm.
I want them to learn the fishing.
Yeah,
And I'm very glad that so many of them are able to earn their livelihood. Today they are participating in big exhibitions, not only in India, abroad also. So through your channel, I want to give a message also. If anyone is connected through an NGO or anyone in need, please give them my contact and I would like to guide them and I would help them to become independent. Let them earn gracefully. Let them stand on their own feet. That's my aim.
certainly. I hope the message reaches to all those who are in need of expressing themselves and of earning a livelihood. And through your classes, also, as you mentioned, the charity work that has been done, you are doing it directly, but indirectly also the students can contribute towards the charity
Yes,
and changing lives, of saving someone's life. So please come forward and help for this greater cause because we all have enough, I believe. We Anything more will only add to our, cupboard and wardrobe and whatnot. But let's help others. That's the only lesson we can learn from you, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming on my show.
thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thanks a
much.
lot.
And I would really like to express my gratitude to you for changing our lives. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Take care. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Bye.